Welcome to the Metal Prognosis. My name is Lee, and on today's video we are looking at 3 different distortion pedals, putting them back to back. So the first one we have is the Jet Tonic by Black Cat Amps. Then we have the Oh My Goat by Christian Cole, I think it was if I'm not mistaken. And we have the Ola England Chug distortion pedal. So what I thought would be cool is I'm just going to do 3 jams straight off the bat, put them back to back so we'll double up on the guitars, have some bass and drums and hear how they sound, and then we'll listen to them isolated on their own back to back to see how they sound between each other. This is definitely not a video to see which one's better, which one's worse or all that. I just dialed them in quickly and it's just for a conversation, purely a conversation. So let's start plugging stuff in. Let's have 3 cool jams and yeah, we'll have a bit of a chat about it on the other side. All right, now I've heard the 3 jams and all the isolated pedals kind of going backwards and forwards with that one little quick tune I did. Now we're going to have a bit of a chat about it. So firstly, let's have a talk about the purpose of this. The purpose of this, first and foremost, have a conversation. I didn't try to equal each of the pedals to make them sound one better or worse, or even try to make them sound the same. Not at all. And we'll have a bit of a talk about the setup now, which will also bring to light on how I couldn't do that even if I really wanted to. But one thing I did do with all these pedals for this video is I dialed back the gain a lot more compared to what I usually would. Purely because I was really just vibing it more than anything else. There's no other really rhyme or reason for it. I was just really in the mood for it and feeling it, and I just went for the emotions over anything else. So with the Gent Tonic by Black Cat Amps and the Oh My Goat pedal here, I had them running directly into my audio interface using the, I left it up there so I can remember, the Ignite amps. Then I had the Coffee Audio IRs running after that. And that worked out really, really well. But because it was running through a VST amp to give it more volume, I had to even boost the volumes on both of these to nearly max so they can get enough signal running through there. Not a problem at all. Normally I run it through my amp, running through my load box, and there's normally a bucket load of signal running through there to be able to use, but there's no problem at all. But in saying that, when it came to the Chug, because this is designed to be a preamp, I turned off the Ignite amps for that one and ran this direct in, and it had a lot more oomph. And don't know if you noticed that during the jam, the actual captured wave file that I had was really, really healthy with the Chug. And not that the other two are unhealthy, but you can definitely tell the difference between them, that the other two needed that digital amp to help bring up the volume compared to the Chug that didn't. So in saying that, what do we think about the actual sounds? Dialing them in was lots of fun. As I said, I kind of chucked back the gain and really allowed its own characteristics and its own little spices, for lack of a better term, to really shine and really pop through. And it was heaps of fun. I'll say that straight about heaps of fun doing this jam and putting it together. But yeah, I'm not sure what some of my highlights are. Like with the Gent Tonic, I pushed the warmth button, which is like a mid boost, and it gives it a really huge, what's the right way to describe it? Gives it kind of a big blade cut through type of sound, a real aggressive touch to it. And I love that, especially with the dirty bass that I had there. It suited it an absolute charm, for lack of a better term. So that was really, really good. I just cut the lows a little bit. Actually took out a little bit of highs, which is not like me, but usually it's not. But I did it for this video, and yeah, that turned out really, really well. The Oh My Goat has got its own built-in boost, and I'm sorry, built-in, it's got a boost as well. The Gent Tonic has got a button and it gives it a huge push. This has got a dial-in boost, and I did push that a respectable amount, I think is the best way to describe it. Where this one, yeah, the treble is pushed heaps on this one, and the mids, and the bass is pretty much neutral. So once again, very different compared to the Gent Tonics, and we got very different results too, but not so far extreme than I thought you might get by doing that. With the Chug, let's see, yeah, the gain was down low, the bass. The only criticism I have of this pedal, which is pretty much I think the only criticism I have, is it's hard to see the settings that you have. Could be a good thing though. Tough for now because I'm trying to explain it to you verbally, because the bass is down a little bit, and I'm kind of shine it in the light that I've got there to try to see it. Mids are pushed pretty high, and the trebs are pushed the highest out of all the 3 pedals here. But with the, what was I going to say? In regards to how it's tough to see these things, point of discussion, is it a better thing or is it a worse? Harder for cases like this where I'm trying to explain it, but better when you're dialing in. I found it a lot better because it forced me to not look at the knobs, so to speak, and just go purely off the sound and the feel on what characteristics were coming out of this pedal, compared to being lost with familiar traps, I think is the best way to put it, where you've got your little comfort zone that you do with your pedals and your settings, and you just automatically want to go there straight away. Where something like this, because you can't see it fully, I see it as a positive thing because it forces you to use your ears and to find naturally what sounds good, rather than just going for your default settings, I think is the more better way of putting it. But yes, so there you go. 3 really, really cool distortion pedals that I rate very, very highly. But what were your thoughts? How did you feel about hearing them back to back in the band mix and then isolated by yourself? And how did you feel about pretty much the whole setup, this video, or anything we've spoken about as well? Definitely keen for this conversation to continue going, and really look forward to hearing your thoughts. So in saying that, I'll do my quick thank yous, which is thank you very much for joining me in this. It was lots of fun putting together, a little bit of mucking around with multiple filming, but that's what we do to achieve what we want to achieve. And I thoroughly look forward to chatting with you next time. And until next time, please, stay safe.